So this game is called Call to Adventure, in which you make your own heroes and you will have an origin and their motivation to reach a destiny. And I will tell you the story of how my story went for my character who started as a settler in a small village. So I had never felt comfortable in that settler life because I thought there might be a bigger world out there for me. So from there, I started my studies. I became, and during those studies, what I found out among those books was about my secret origins. I was actually secretly a royal, and I was destined to become someone great. But in that village, I also found my first love. But was it a trap? There was a dark temptation keeping me in the village. So I had to resist that temptation. And by that, resisting that temptation to find about my destiny, I had to leave my settler life and then go towards the light and try to find what my destiny held for me and where my actual parents were. But as soon as I left, I had some pursuers behind me, so I had to escape those pursuers. For this, I had to do a narrow escape. So when I did that narrow escape, but they still came behind me. There was a dark rider coming behind me. I wasn't strong enough to fight him. So I wanted to become spiritual, to gain more faith, become stronger, and for that I had to find the lost wisdom on the frozen peaks. And once I had that, I gained my inner strength. And with that inner strength, I was able to defeat the Dark Rider who was following me, who didn't want me to return to my homeland. And finally, by defeating him, I was able to return to my homeland and then continue my motivation to be guided by the light and free my home kingdom. Then, because my destiny was to become a people's champion. For this, I needed to find out what was happening wrong in the city. In my city, I had to catch a criminal. Through that criminal, I found out that what was happening wrong in the city was that actually the castle was taken over by a Demilich. The Demilich had taken over the mind of the king, my father. So I had to destroy that Demilich and take back the kingdom. So I won in a glorious victory against the Demilich, and I thought it was enough. But then I found out that actually the general of my father's army was actually in cahoots with the Demilich. So he turned the army against me, but there were still people loyal against me. I had to find an unlucky alliance with my adversaries to take back my throne. With my unlikely alliance, I was able to defeat the enemy general and take back the kingdom. And thus, my destiny was fulfilled. I was the people's champion who had returned light to the kingdom. And that was my story.